Hey YouTube, it's Annabelle. So I wanted to do a video this week on our life changes journey is what I'm going to call it. And this all stems from the last 4 to 5 years of my research and all of that kind of stuff on where we want to be like in our lives, how we want our like values, and kind of just it's a whole bunch of stuff all rolled into one. And the journey part, I think, is the best way to describe what we're doing and what we're going for, because these are not things that we can just jump into and just do in one day. It's a process. It's something that you have to like change and make small changes at a time, get used to things, learn new things, do more research, that kind of stuff. Okay, so I've done several videos on how we do food, how we meal plan, how we grocery shop, on our like bulk supply shopping trips. If you follow me, you know that I go to garage sales, I buy used. I do spend money for quality and convenience and things like that. I've done several videos on things like that. And there will be probably several more videos on kind of where we're at, kind of updates on new things that I've learned, new directions where we're going. It's all a part of like growing and changing and that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to just get into it. We have about like 3-ish things that we are like trying to do right now. And that is like natural is kind of like the heading for everything. We are trying to move towards, again, this is all a journey. We're moving towards being as chemical free as possible. Like in our soaps, in our cleaners, what's in our house, what we put on our bodies, what goes in our bodies, that kind of stuff. And also eating healthier and being active. I'm trying not to use the word exercise anymore. I'm trying to pretend like it's a bad word, exercise. And I'm trying to use activity and things we can do for fun. And I've watched a lot of people who their whole like view on things is about having fun and being active and just being healthier. And of course that is like everyone's goal is to be healthy. Obviously everyone wants to live as long as they are able, do as many things as they are able, and I just think that the cleaner and simpler our lives are, the more we are able to like reach that kind of stuff. So like our healthy diet has moved towards a like using healthy oils. We do use some vegetable oil, but we have it in our house. But 99% of the time now we are using olive oil, and we also do not buy fake butters or anything like that. We use actual real whole butter. And since I requested coconut oil, my local grocery store actually got coconut oil for like me, and apparently there's a whole bunch of other people in our community that wanted it as well. When I brought it up to the register to buy it at my last grocery shopping trip, which was this last Monday, something like that is when I went. But she was just like, coconut oil, yeah, we just got that in. I was like, well, yeah, I had asked for it. And she kind of was asking me why and everything. And I was just kind of feeding her some of the research that I had found. and things like that, but we have coconut oil now, so that is something that like just happened this week that we are going to start using. We have never been sugar people. Like, we don't do the ice cream, the desserts, the flavored like juices or anything like that. And instead of like those sugary stuff, we have even cut back a lot of stuff that did have sugar in it. But we're trying to increase our fruits and vegetables, eat more whole foods. Organic, if you've watched some of my other videos, organic things are not available to us. Like, good quality organic stuff is not available to us in my small community. And that surprises a lot of people, but I would buy it. I would go that extra expense to buy that organic if it was better quality and they had, like, obviously more stuff. So some stuff is like where we live and what is available to us. Like, we just got the coconut oil. I've never ever like tried it in anything, obviously. Like, all I've done is I knew that I wanted to get it to try it, and now we have it. So now we can actually cook with it, try it out with different things, and see how it goes. So that's something that we're going to be experimenting with, the healthy diet and the activity level kind of stuff. Is just being active, having fun as a family, getting off the couch, even though since, like, I'm finally in the second trimester, and I'm starting to feel better and have more energy, and I feel like we can actually go do stuff now, whereas before, by midday, I was getting so exhausted, and I'm still getting tired at night, but I do have a lot more energy now, and especially with the weather becoming nicer out, we're getting out and we're doing stuff. It's not 95 degrees or 100 degrees outside where we can't go to the park in the afternoons and stuff. We can actually get out and do these things that we love to do. And walking, just simple walking, is one of my favoriteest things to do. If favoritist is a word. Most favorite thing to do. That sounds a little bit better. But anyways, so the chemical-free and natural as possible in like their products and our soaps and stuff, and eating healthier and getting our activity level up were the first two things. And the second thing is clearing out our lives and saving money. Those things I have like lumped together, because the chemical-free stuff, moving towards that, has actually saved us a ton of money. I used to just go buy a whole bunch of cleaners and shove them in my storage units or storage closet, and one of my other little shelving units that I have in our basement for extra storage. I used to go buy all these chemical stuff, and just they were everywhere in our house. And since I'm not buying all that stuff anymore, we've saved money. And also with a healthier diet, some of that easy make stuff, like, you don't get very much, and it's like $10 for a package. And you don't realize that, you know, if you buy 5 meals worth of the cheap crap that's not even good for you, that's $50 right there, where you could spend it on other like nutritious stuff. So just those two things have already saved us money. And we don't have money, especially the last, well, probably forever, I should say. We are on a budget. We have to stick to our budget. We don't have like all this extra money to just buy. I know I've said this in a couple of videos here just recently, but we don't have money to just, like, if my daughter breaks a toy, to just run out and replace it. Like, we want to take care of our things that we have and teach her responsibility and like that kind of stuff. But we are able to like work our life and our money and our finances and everything because of our budget and sticking to our budget. And I actually get anxiety when we don't stick to our budget, and it causes me so much stress. And that's kind of where the Making Life More Simple, and Sarah actually has her YouTube channel is Making Life Simple. I watch her all the time. She's completely awesome. You have to go check out her family if you haven't like looked at her stuff before. But my kind of thing with making life simple is getting rid of all the crap, the stuff we don't need, the wasted stuff, like the chemicals that we bought, all the bad food that we bought. Like, granted, I wasn't going to waste it and just throw it away. Like, we did eat all of that to make sure that it wasn't wasted. But getting rid of the stuff that we don't need. Our house, when we bought our house, we thought it was huge, or at least I thought it was huge. My husband says now that he didn't think that it was huge. But our house seems so small because of all the stuff that we have. Now, my daughter's stuff, I wouldn't take back anything that we have for our daughter, like her learning tools or anything like that, or like her baby gear, like that kind of stuff. We've kept all of that so we don't have to purchase it for our next child. So, but anything like that, like she kind of moved in and all of her stuff kind of is here now. And it's not that stuff that I'm talking about. Because if you've watched my videos, again, you know my daughter has a lot of stuff. But again, I didn't spend hardly anything on all of that stuff as compared to what you would pay for it being new. If that makes sense. But getting rid of just stuff we don't need, stop buying stuff that we don't need, stop wasting money, just all that kind of stuff is the kind of that last third thing with making life simple and clearing out stuff and saving money all at the same time. So that is kind of like our life changes journey, kind of where we're at. We are so not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not perfect eaters. We're not chemical free. We're not 100% natural. We still spend money where we shouldn't. Our house has still got stuff in it that we really don't need. That kind of stuff is... It's all a journey. It's one little step at a time, so we get accustomed to that step, and then we're going to move forward and do another step, then we'll do another step, and the journey will eventually get us where we want to be. And there's like so many obstacles and stuff. Some chemical-free stuff and natural stuff and healthy stuff is expensive, and with our budget, sometimes we can't afford it. There's also another obstacle is slip-ups. When you're in the grocery store and you're hungry, I shouldn't go, and I should know to send my husband to the grocery store when I'm hungry. But those things that you feel like you want it just because you haven't had it for a while. I know like wings and like mozzarella sticks and stuff like that is stuff that I absolutely love. Well, if I am hungry and I go to the grocery store, guess what I'm gonna buy? The stuff that's bad. Another obstacle is just kind of negative attitudes from other people. I like to tell people like what I'm doing, what I'm researching, like talking to friends, tell them what I've been doing, what I've been looking at, and I'm finding that and this probably isn't 100% accurate because they're just asking questions, but it feels, and this is kind of how I feel towards some people sometimes, and I catch myself doing this, but it feels like when you're trying to make changes for the better, there's always like that one person or a couple people that make it seem like you're trying to be better than them, and they like really don't like that too much. And I've done this like for people too, like the people who have it and like they always buy organic, they can buy fresh things, they don't buy frozen, and they have like what seems like an endless budget for stuff. I'm like, oh well, you know, they have the funds to do that, so they can do that, or they have the money like there, so they can do that, or like that kind of stuff. And I hate feeling like that because it's almost like a jealousy thing. And I know that, like, I've done that to other people, and, like, so maybe that's my expectation, like, when people question me about stuff, like, when I'm looking up new, like, diet stuff. Like, right now, or well, in the last like 6 months, I've been looking a lot into meats and grains and dairy also. And because obviously fruits and vegetables are fabulous for you, they have so many things in them. But I have been looking at meats and grains and dairy to see, is this stuff really what we should be eating? Is this like just doing different research kind of stuff, and I've asked a lot of people on YouTube that do videos on like healthy eating and how they do things and stuff, and not everybody responds, but the people who do respond are very helpful, and they will actually direct you to the sites that they looked at to find that information. So I try to find all of the information I can before I actually make a decision. But I'm finding, like, when I'm talking to people about like grains and what I said, and dairy and meats and stuff, that people are like, oh, well, we've eaten meat forever, or we've eaten blah 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 forever, we've had bread forever, or like things like that. And it's like, well, yeah, I was like, but is that technically what we're supposed to be eating? So it's a lot of questioning stuff, and like that's kind of an obstacle, is that it takes so long and you have to have the time to do the research, and especially what's best for your body and all that stuff. But I'm gonna cut this off because it's already long, I'm sorry guys. But our life change journey kind of centers around what's in our house, what's on our bodies, what's going into our bodies, what's in our environment, what's around our house, and trying to make changes as best we can for the stuff that we can control, because obviously we can't control the air around our house, but we can control the air in our house, like with our ventilation and like that kind of stuff, but that's a different story. But looking at all that stuff, finding where we can be chemical free, where we can be natural, where we can eat healthier, where we can increase our activity level, how we can be good role models for our daughter, and just be more simple and save money. And so that's kind of where we're going. If you have any questions, comments, anything, please leave them below. If you want to see more videos on kind of how we've changed chemical-free, natural, healthy eating, that kind of stuff, let me know. But yes, anyways, you all have a fabulous day, and we will talk soon. Bye, guys.